Iran's
let's check out latest coverage from Iran. They were saying that we might see strikes on Iran as late as Sunday. Today is Sunday, so maybe something will happen. Maybe it will not.
Security official and President Trump have both said their countries are negotiating.
A successful coup in Iran is exceptionally difficult without an actual military intervention. And a military intervention would be difficult to pull off, especially when it comes to cutting off the head of Tehran's government. But hey, I leave everything to chance, as they say. I don't know what the Yanks have planned.
As concern continues that the US could launch a military attack on Iran. Mr. Trump said Tehran was talking seriously to Washington. It comes as a US military fleet is heading towards Iran after Mr. Trump threatened to intervene to stop the regime's deadly crackdown on anti-government protesters. Several explosions across Iran on Saturday, blamed by the authorities on gas leaks, caused widespread anxiety. Iran is expected to begin a 2-day live-fire naval exercise on...
Imagine if it was actually a gas leak. It probably isn't a gas leak, but imagine if it was actually a gas leak and you hear some explosions, you're like, holy fucking shit, they started. But no, it's actually a gas leak.
Sunday in the Straits of Hormuz.
Like when they assassinated Kennedy and immediately the Soviets texted the Americans, we didn't do this. We did not do this. We did not do this. Let's not start World War III. We did not do this.
Well, let's speak to our correspondent, Barbara Plett-Usher, who's in Doha for us. And Barbara, I mean, how are diplomatic talks going at the moment, considering this looming prospect?
How about you actually interview an Iranian? Why do we immediately need like British or American talking heads?
Of military action.
Well, it seems they are happening at some level, and there has been some sort of progress based that they're starting from zero, I suppose, and this is according to the public statements made on both sides. What the Iranians actually said was that there was progress towards a framework for negotiations, and this would be negotiations over Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs. But the content of that, we know, is disputed because the Americans are making maximalist demands, including they want Iran to end its nuclear program, so end uranium enrichment. And the Iranians continue to say, well, we're not planning to build a bomb and we have the right for peaceful uranium enrichment. And crucially, the Americans are also demanding that Iran limit its ballistic missile program. And there, Iran has been very clear that that's a red line. That's not going to happen. That's very crucial for Iran's defense. So there's some way to go yet before we know whether there can be a deal possible. But at least in public statements, it sounds like there has been some kind of movement.
So a lot of this is still being worked out. How dangerous would it be for Washington to launch some kind of missile attack, and therefore the response then from Iran?
Listen, the Americans are calculating the following question. Is this the most unstable we can have Iran, or can more work be done to destabilize it further or to allow it to destabilize itself further? That's the big question. The United States will always want to do a coup in Iran before Iran actually manages to enrich uranium in the year of 2785, probably at their fucking pace. So yes, that's the bet. That's the discussion. If they believe that they will never be able to get them in a backslide as strong as this one, they will attack. If they think that more can be done, they will not attack. That is the entirety of the conversation being had right now in Washington.
Well, there's a lot of potential for some quite dangerous scenarios, and nobody quite knows what the Americans would actually do because they have different options, and nobody knows what the result would be. Now, the Iranians have been quite vocal about saying they would respond swiftly, and they would respond quite substantially. So it depends on what the Americans would do. They could strike military targets, so they could try to hit nuclear program sites, although it's unclear what that would be because they did bomb 3 of the major sites in June, and the Iranians haven't. There's no evidence they've tried to reconstitute the program since then. They could strike the ballistic missile program. It's believed that's what Israel wants to happen because those missiles are also pointed at Israel. It could strike leadership targets, so it could go after the Iran Revolutionary Guard targets. This is the group that has been accused of being behind the protest crackdown, although it's not clear whether that would really change anything. It could go after leadership targets. That would be regime change. Then things get very unclear because nobody knows what would happen if this regime would fall, or whether it would be replaced by, let's say, military leaders, or who would replace it. And in the worst case scenario, if there was a state collapse, if there was fragmentation, that would trigger greater instability in the region. That's what America's regional allies are really afraid of. It could actually, possibly also, the Americans take the Venezuela playbook in terms of using all this firepower, the naval forces that they have amassed in the region to blockade Iran's oil exports, especially the sanctions busting ships, and just try to grind the regime down that way. So there are various options, and we don't really know what's going to happen because it's still being considered, and frankly we're not quite sure what the goal is here either, whether President Trump wants to weaken Iran militarily or whether he does actually want to topple the regime.
Barbara, thank you for walking us through all of that. That's Barbara Plett-Usher, our correspondent in Doha.
Welcome back. The clock.
Welcome back, America. We have with us.
I wanna hear the chuds on this. I really want to hear the chuds on this. It's probably going to be very beautiful.
Our great friend, Gordon Chang of the Gatestone Institute. He's senior fellow there. I love the Gatestone Institute. It's a fantastic organization. Author of Plan Red, absolutely fantastic. You know, Gordon Chang, you see what's going on in Iran, the slaughter of these people, And I'm urging, as much as I know how, that we help these people. You know, we can't help all people, like the Uyghurs in China. We have no way to really help them and others. And we don't have the capacity to do that. But in Iran, that regime is in the worst position it's ever been in before, and those people are being slaughtered, and they love our country, and they love freedom. These are Persian people. They're begging us for help. The president has promised help. But also it has an impact on China. There's a lot going on in China right now. Explain that to us.
Dude, this is like watching something from an alternate universe. This is so good. This is so good. They love freedom. They love America. We must help them. They are being killed. But also China, it is bad. China is also bad. How can we now also make this about China? Because it is very bad. The Americans are losing. It's fucking Jover. It's Jover. You guys lost. You are like it's a bunch of mentally unstable people just running around, schizo posting at each other, and just screaming like America's like, we are the best, we are the best, we are the best, we are the best, as like they sit on a ship that is slowly sinking. We are the best, we are the best. That's it. Just schizophrenia, like complete schizophrenia. A whole country engulfed in schizophrenia as they are dying, as they are decaying, as they are crumbling. White conservatives calling Iran Persia now. 2026 is wild, isn't it? Thank you very much, James from the internet. Everybody go and give James a follow. If you don't, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Fellow streamer, friend of the show. And James reminded me, support this show because it is the opposite of a sinking ship. We are soaring through the skies. We are rising on America's decaying corpse of a state, not of an individual one. $6 a month, free through Prime. Pay your taxes, Westerners. You're telling me that only one Westerner in here has enough for taxes. That is embarrassing because it is not true. Anyways, China bad. Let's hear why. Let's hear why. America good.
Why Iran is an important issue related to China.
Iran, in many cases, has acted as China's proxy. We know that Iran was able to attack Israel with China's almost all-in support. So you had diplomatic support, propaganda support, and of course, the Chinese take somewhere between 80 to 90% of Iran's exports of crude, depending on the year. So clearly the Iranian regime depends on this lifeline from Beijing. And right now, Beijing...
Yes, jokes aside, subscribe, pay your taxes, oil me up, support the show. Let's hit 3,240 so we can gamba and you can watch a dirty fucking streamer lose his money. Let's get to 20 weekly taxpayers. It's always the goal. Today is the last day. It is the 1st of February. Let us start this month off on a motherfucking W. You know what to do, chat. This is dry February. This is hyper pragmatic February. This is hyper growth February. This is pushing it hard February. Thank you, Mad Villain G, for your developing world taxes. Developing world chatters always paying their tax while the Westerners sit here and cower in their mega mansions. Understood? Come on, developing world chatters, let's show them. Let's show them that you actually hold up the entirety of the sky. With all due respect. With all due respect, okay? Thank you, Mad Villain. Other developing world chatters. Show them. That with your fives, you can generate 10 times more for this community than they can with their 10s and their 20s. Okay, Anaconda is now overdoing it. Anaconda is a proper oiler. Thank you very much, Anaconda. Developing world tax this time. I'm in the U.S., actually. Don't tell me that. Lie to me, because then I have to be passive-aggressive about how you must give more, and I don't want to do that because it sounds beggy and annoying. Thank you, Anaconda. More. Come on. Where are the developing world chatters? Show the American brokies where it's at. Show them the American exceptionalism is truly dead. That you have a lot more than they do. Especially you motherfuckers with $2 ones. Okay, Anaconda's now pushing it. Anaconda's pushing it. Thank you, Anaconda. You're now with the 20. And welcome to the community, by the way. I can see that you're going to have a great time here. Atomic Glitch with the 10. Atomic Glitch. Should they count you as a Western? Atomic Glitch always pays their taxes. As you can see, when we do get a actual like Western taxpayer, it's always a Western ethnic minority. Always. Thank you, Atomic Glitch. It's my new goal to destroy Western civilization by subscribing to Yugapnik. 100%. Noor Easter. Thank you very much, Noor. There you go. Another developing world chatter. No, like you keep proving my point. Continue proving my point. No, I'm serious. Come on, let's show them. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 developing world chatters versus 1 Western chatter when it comes to their support for the show and for the community. Shvilis with the 1, very kind. Another developing world chatter for Tizismus. Okay, now we have 5 versus 1. 5 developing world chatters putting their money where their motherfucking mouth is, elevating the train to level 7. 5 people that eat grass, live outside, shit in outdoor toilets, do not have running water, because as we all know, in the developing world, that's how all of us live. Literally, the whole family shares 1 toothbrush. They share the same pair of underwear, okay? And yet they are giving more than Westerners, who all live in mega mansions that are put on top of a mega mansion, that are put on top of a McDonald's, and they can drive around and make very loud engine sounds, and are called Ram car trucks. Okay, 6 versus 1, Lieutenant Shits. You are getting beat by people that call themselves Lieutenant Shits. Okay, Westerners, this is who's putting you in your place. Lieutenant Shits. Okay, Noor, thank you very much, Noor, for the 2 more, baby. Thank you very much. Again, contributing. 6 versus 1. 6 developing world chatters versus 1 Western chatter.
A new child soldier, subscriber.
Western minority on deck. You're still right, though.
Wonderful,
Okay, God bless.
Subscriber.
Lenin leftist with a 2. That, you know, when they come in with a 2, you know they are literally living in a bunker. Probably in Albania. Okay, Anaconda is now overdue. I have to give it to Anaconda because Westerner and paid basically what is 2 Western taxes by now. So, okay, we have 6 versus 2. 6 versus 2. Okay, the Westerners are getting angry. Quick Fox, lazy dog. You're new. They're loving you Oilers today. What the fuck? Thank you for your first taxes, Quick Fox. Were you so embarrassed by the subhumans from the developing world that you had to do something about us? You had to prove your racial supremacy, didn't you? Ah, Quick Fox. Your 10 gifties are borderline bigoted, mate. Why are you doing imperialism with your gifts, dude? Very problematic, bro. I'm fucking around. Okay, no, they're getting close. Developing world chatters, do you really want to lose to these fucking first worlders? It's 6-3. It is 6-3.
Child soldier, I mean subscriber.
Actually, it is. Yeah, it is 6-3.
Wonderful. A new
6-4. Sorry,
subscriber.
it is 6-4. Okay, it is 7-4 for developing world. Per tenebras, what's up, baby? Always pays their taxes. Thank you. Now it's 7-4 for developing world.
Wonderful. A new child
7-4.
soldier, I mean subscriber.
Was it 6? Was it
Wonderful.
7?
A new
7.
child
Yeah.
soldier, I mean subscriber.
7-4. First worlders, you still can save yourself, but it's you have this hype train to save yourselves. This hype train will define who is more based on Twitch, developing world or first world. Cyberpunkusi, thank you for the 5, baby. Thank you for the 5 very much. Anaconda, you're making me uncomfortable. You're a legend, but you're making me uncomfortable, okay? Cyberpunkusi pushes us to 8 versus 4, but Anaconda is like, no, first world minorities on deck. First world minorities on deck. I'll give you the additional. Now we have 8 versus 5. By any means necessary, do you think the evangelical Protestants in the U.S. were created by the CIA? No, America is the only place where you can actually organically steamroll yourself into something like that. Everybody say thank you to Anaconda, by the way. Pulling a lot of weight for the Western chatters. Pulling a lot of weight for the Western chatters. We are at 8-5 for developing world chatters. 8-5. I repeat, 8-5 for developing world chatters. And by the way, you can also gamba. Whoever gives 8 subs now, or more than 8, or however many, can also spin for it, if they, of course, choose to spin for it. Thank you, Pulitzer, for the subby. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get back to the news. You know what to do with the hype train. We can enter Gamba and we can spin for it. That is always very fun. Those of you who are new, you can basically double your subs, which is very scary. Thank you, Pulitzer.
Is actually trying to prevent the United States from using force against Iran. We see all of these propaganda blasts from Beijing. This shows you the Chinese are directly behind the mullahs.
They're also supplying them with weaponry. They've sent a lot of their big planes over there with something or other in it. And these ballistic missiles the Iranians built.
The argument is, well, I know you're very tired of us intervening in the Middle East against the Arabs. These guys, they are not Arabs. They are Persians, okay? And they actually love us and love democracy, and we will give it to them. But if that is not enough of a reason for you to support a violent intervention against a sovereign state, then, might I add, they're also friends with China. They're friends with the communists. They're friends with the Reds. It is a Muslim Red Alliance, a halal Red Alliance, a red lamb eating session, okay? They are all 100% circumcised. Wait, all Americans are also circumcised, so that can't be a bad thing. Apparently, it's... They are all 100% Asian. Don't you understand? Iran is also in Asia. They are Asians. It is an Asian anti-white alliance. They might not look similar, but trust me, Persians are Asians. Can you say Persian without saying Jin, which is basically Asian? Haha. Thank you, dear Torbost. Thank you for the giftee. Thank you very much. 2 minutes left on the hype train. The Red-Green Alliance. The Socialist Jihad shall plant the flag of the people's faith on the White House. How I feel when I watch Fox News. Wait, are you gonna poop sock me? Doesn't want to open. Oh no, it's a Giphy. Yeah.
They need the help of the communist Chinese as well. So we have a lot of reasons as Americans to want this regime gone. Khomeini insists he's going to continue building nuclear weapons, that his children afterwards, his sons, are going to do the same thing, that we took out their sites, but they say, as foreign minister says, yeah, but you can't take the knowledge away from us. So they're building as many ballistic missiles as they can. They're going to build nuclear missiles if they can. They now have a missile that can go 10,000 miles, hit the east coast of the United States. So why would we just let that regime exist, particularly given its association with other adversaries and enemies of ours?
Yeah, it's in the direct
It's awesome. This is fucking awesome. 1 minute left of the hype train. It is 8 versus 5 for developing world chatters. Okay, Anaconda is on her fucking roll, or his, or theirs. Thank you for the 10. Holy shit. It is 8-6 now. Mostly thanks to Anaconda, who's apparently a very big Western sub-patriot. Very surprised. Good job. Now, if you wanna Gamba, no, first they have to, don't force them. Last one wanted Gamba. Okay, you want Gamba? I will give you Gamba. I will give you Gamba. Okay, she said it herself. By the way, what pronouns? I keep calling you, I don't know what I should. Even. Okay, 1 second. Let me open this thing.
Wonderful, a new child soldier.
Where the fuck are you? We are spinning for even. Anya is spinning 10 on even. Let us see. Zero is immediately lost, by the way. Don't fuck with me. Anya, this hasn't happened in literal months. Literal months. So zero is immediate loss, no matter what you said. But congratulations to Anya for attempting. Thank you very much, Anya. 1-0, now we're counting that. 1-0 for Hugo against Chat. You ain't got nothing on me, Chat. 1-0, baby. 1 motherfucking 0. 1 motherfucking 0.
Mr. Two-seater trying to squeeze 3 in the...
When are you opening Counter-Strike crates? I should, shouldn't I? Thank you, Anya, very much.
interest of the United States to take down the Iranian regime. And by the way, Mark, Iran has nuclear weapons because of China. Iran got much of its technology, especially for its centrifuges, from Pakistan. Pakistan was merchandising Chinese technology with direct Chinese support, the AQ Khan network. Also, Iran has ballistic missiles because of North Korea. Those were transferred across Chinese territory. That could not have happened unless Beijing gave its imprimatur for the transfer of those missiles. So clearly, Iran is a threat because of China. And absolutely, we have a direct interest in making sure
That is, oh my God, I love the American chud so much, dude.
that there is a democracy in Iran and that the mullahs no longer rule.
I mean, they keep threatening us. In the last several weeks, they've threatened to kill Donald Trump like 4 or 5 times. I don't know what they have to do to demonstrate to us that it's them or us. In addition to these people who are being slaughtered, there is a Holocaust going on in Iran. It looks like a concentration camp over there, and just because the media lose interest, the immediacy of this and the urgency of this has not gone away. People are being slaughtered. When we come back, Gordon Chang, what is going on with the leadership in China? Xi, he's removed his top general. They said he was an old friend and so forth and so on. Can you tell what's going on there? And can you tell the impact that's going to have on Taiwan and the United States when we come back?
I love it when I hire myself an Asian man to shit talk China. I fucking love the what's the word for them? The diasporoids are fucking legends, dude. Absolute legends. Anyways, yeah, Iran, step up your fucking game if you want to fucking protect yourself. Support the will of the Iranian people, obviously, but not to such an extent where you support literal traitors who would prefer an American intervention over their own self-determination. Very, very easy and lukewarm take, okay?